So I'm filming a video right now on my grandma's computer in my grandma's house. And I'm realizing now that if I don't wear my glasses, it's better because if I wear my glasses, I have glares in my eyeballs, and that is not very good for a video. So, anyways, I haven't made a video for a bit, and I've been thinking about a few things, so I thought I would talk about them right now. So, this Jolvie thing. I feel like I spend a lot of time on this channel talking about how I don't know what I'm doing with this channel, which seems a little silly. Like, I feel like I should just do what I want to do and not really talk about how confused I am. But basically, the whole idea I had for Jolvie when I originally made it was just that I wanted a place to do things online that weren't so tied to book-to-film adaptations, because my main website is called Paged Premiere, and it's a book-to-film website, like an entertainment blog, and I have been doing that since 2009. And then before that I had a website about Twilight when I was like 15, and I went through all the movies with that, went to all the film premieres, got really involved in like entertainment journalism through that, and then I made a Hunger Games site called mockingjay.net, and those two sites are what inspired me to create Page to Premiere, because I had all these different books I liked and I wanted to get into that. I didn't want to make a new site for each thing. Anyway, I'm going way into detail on this, but I basically, after doing that for so long, there was a period of time when I wasn't feeling the greatest, hence this Jolvie thing really going more toward mental health, because I thought that would be a really cool topic. But when I first started Jolvie, it wasn't specifically about mental health. It was just, I wanted a website for me that wasn't like a personal, like KimmyWest.com. I actually have that somewhere, haven't been using it, but was Jolvie, which means it could be anything. It could be something that could grow to be bigger than me. It's not just me, not just my name, but it's really broad. I came up with the name when I was learning French, and jolie means pretty, and la vie means life in French. So jolie is pretty. So Jolvie is a combination of pretty and life. So I thought that was a good name for a website about my life, just kind of the search for a great life, kind of what I want to do in life, and also the added thing that I like languages, so I was like, oh well, this is cool, it's kind of like a mixture of two words, and yeah, so I basically started that site, and then I got really flustered about it because I found the hard way that the reason why Page Premiere did so well was because it filled a need. It was a site for people who wanted to know about these books becoming movies and didn't know where to get the news, and they could get it all at Page Premiere, and they were all very passionate about their books, and they were all very passionate about the movies, so they basically would come to this site in thousands and thousands. So it developed a really big fan base online, and it has social media followers on Facebook and Twitter, and it just generally was a really viable business for me because that it had such a big social following and had such a big kind of base of followers that wasn't about to go away, and also was kind of constantly growing, and wasn't gonna, because there's always gonna be a book becoming a movie. It's not something that's gonna ever stop. But I haven't really been that active on Page Premiere lately because I'm just, one, I'm doing university now, so I'm not really 100% focused on website stuff now. But in addition, I also just really want, like I did want when I started Jolvie originally, a place where I can just do anything that I want online. Like, I'm really jealous of people who have their own blogs, like kind of lifestyle sites, kind of like Elise Broadening. She runs the YouTube's channel slash kind of business, Raw Alignment, all about like raw veganism and such, and it's basically just her own platform for her to talk about what is passionate to her, like what she's passionate about and what matters to her. And I'd love to make Jolvie that, Even though mental health, of course, will be a big part of that, I just really want to have it be something where I can be more free. And I've had all these different kind of little website ideas, and I thought, Jolvie is such a cool site name, and I love it a lot. Like, I think it's cool. I actually changed my own Instagram to Jolvie just because I thought, like Raw Alignment, even if Jolvie is kind of bigger than me, I would want Jolvie to also kind of be me, like kind of like Raw Alignment is Elise Broadening. Like, I want Jolvie to be my site, like my kind of brand. And I do think it's good. Like, I have ideas, and I know, like, I have this feeling in myself that I know if I put my mind to it, I could make it something really awesome. But it's just kind of hard because it can't be too broad. Like, it can't be so broad. Like, it has to be somewhat harnessed to some sort of purpose and something, you know? So, just to go off on a little topic of one of the ideas I've recently had for a site, I had it earlier this year. Basically, I'm going to be studying abroad in Japan for the last semester of my degree. Either the last semester of my degree or the second to last semester of my degree. And I'd love to do 2 semesters and do my whole last year in Japan, but I'm not sure if I can do that. I don't think I can do that. So basically, I have been learning Japanese since January. And my roommate that I've lived with for the past year, her name is Luna. Her Korean name is So-min, and she basically was teaching me some Korean, and she wanted me to learn Korean, and she wanted me to learn how to read Korean. And I would love to, but I was feeling a bit overwhelmed because I'm really passionate about learning Japanese, and as you can tell, I'm rather indecisive. Like, I was learning French before I started learning Japanese, and I know the most of Spanish because I learned that in high school. So I was feeling overwhelmed because I was like, I want to learn all these languages. I'd love to be fluent in all the languages. I'd love to just, like, dedicate myself to just languages because I just love languages so much. And I love English. I love writing. I love reading. You know, I'm just into the language, you know? And I came up with this idea because Luna, she learned English in 2 years. She went to the US and she learned English from scratch, and then she came to Australia, and this is her second year, and she has become basically 100% fluent through complete immersion in English. It just really struck me, like, wow, okay, if you can learn a language in 2 years, I have a lot of 2 years in my life. I could do that. I could learn a language in 2 years. Or I could learn a language in my life, another language besides English, if Luna can do it in 2 years. Granted, English is much more prevalent in the whole world, so it probably would be a bit harder for me to learn a language because it's more easy for me to kind of get lazy and just use the English that is provided. Whereas for Luna, when she comes to the US or to Australia, there is no Korean anywhere. Like, she had to just learn it. Like, it was just, she had to do it. And now she's studying psychology in English in Australia, and she's going to get her master's degree. She's like super smart cookie type of person, and I'm very inspired. So basically, I wanted to start doing videos where I try to talk in Japanese as often as I can. So basically, I'll come on here and I'll talk in Japanese about my day, and I'll just try to translate things that I need to say to talk about my day. You know, so it'll be stuff that I need to know to talk about things that matter to me. And I'm hoping that that'll help me. And I'm also going to start going to some meetups and stuff. And yeah, this video is getting really long, but I just wanted to do some sort of like stream of consciousness thing, because at this point this channel is really just me blabbering on only for me to watch it, because it's not really got that many people on it yet. I mean, hopefully I can grow it eventually, but for now, that's what I'm planning on doing. I'm gonna start making videos in Japanese, and use that as a learning tool for myself. And it's going to be part of my 2 years, as best as I can get a Japanese plan. Because I'm probably not going to go to Japan for 1 more year. So in a year, I will be about to leave to go to Japan, or maybe a year and a half. But yeah, depending on which semester I go. I have quite a while to learn, and I want to be as good at Japanese as I possibly can be before I go, because Japanese is a very hard language, and I know that even, like, for an English speaker to learn, and I know that even if I try like as hard as I possibly can. I'm still not going to be like fluent before I go. I'll be very far from it. But I still want to be as good as I can be at it, to be able to learn as well as I can when I get there, because then the more that I know, the more I'll be able to absorb, because I'll have the structure in order to be able to absorb it. So yeah, and this video is already 10 minutes long, so I'm just going to end that here, and I'll make another video soon. I'm going to be living in my grandma's house for a while, so I'm just going to be making videos probably using this, because it's just really as good as my iPhone, and it's in the monitor, so it's much easier to set up. And for some reason, even though it's dark outside, it still doesn't actually look half bad, so I think it'll be good. So yeah, that's it for now. See ya! Bye!